So, hi, first of all, thank you very much, Max, for inviting me here in your office and to talk about Väcka. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Pleasure is mine.
Cool. So, first of all, we usually want to start our interviews with some out of the pod questions, so not related to your startup and your business. And so, I would like to know what is your typical breakfast in the morning, if you have one?
I don't have any breakfast.
Okay, why you don't have breakfast?
Because I'm doing since 2 years now, more or less, I'm doing like a fast, you know?
Okay.
Like, well, not eating, I'm eating at night because I have kids. Actually, if I didn't have kids, I wouldn't eat at night neither. Because I think we are overeating. We don't need to eat so much in the day. So it's important for the body to let that detox time to enter in action. So what I'm doing, I'm eating just at night, and then I'm fasting all day until night.
Okay.
So it's better. Actually, it allows you to be more productive also in the day because you don't have to cut to lunch or.
You just start? Okay, so your point.
I drink some tea and that's all. Tea and water.
Just to hydrate yourself.
Yeah, just to hydrate myself.
Cool.
And that's it.
And the second question out of the pot is, what is the best restaurant that you have ever tried in your life?
Wow.
If you have to choose.
That's a tough question. That's a tough question. I would say to me it's Kencho. It used to be a plant-based restaurant in Buenos Aires. And actually, when I was living there, I took some cooking class with Kencho chef. His name is Máximo Cabrera.
Okay.
He's like an alchemist, flavor alchemist, I say. And he's making really good dishes.
And what did you eat in specific that impressed you in particular?
Actually, it was a mix of some raw food and more cooked stuff, and he was like making vegan version of typical Argentinian dishes like locro and stuff like that.
Cool.
That was really
So very also traditional, but in a kind of innovative way. Okay. So, do we want to talk about Väcka? If you want, you can kind of pitch your startup, what you do, what is your value proposition, and to present it also to the community that might not know
great.
it.
I'm going to pitch you.
Yeah. Cool.
So we are here in Väcka. In Väcka, we create and design high-quality plant-based cheese, mixing the tradition with the technologies and the values of the 21st century.
Okay.
In other words, that means that we are respecting that traditional processes of fermentation and aging, and we adapt them to plant-based material, raw material.
Okay.
We are really creative and innovative in that way. Our cheese, we have now a range of 6 products in the market. We are available in around 400 stores and 100 restaurants in Spain. And we make all kind of cheese range. I'm French, so you know our story begins because when I turned to a plant-based diet, like in 2013, I realized that good options in plant-based cheese were really missing.
Okay.
And cheese was really hard to give up for me as well, being French. So I started to study the process. Traditional processes of cheese making, and as I said, I adapt them to my raw materials. So we have a range of products to spread, to melt, like mozzarella and cheddar cheese, and we have some more mature cheese like brie and another one more cured with paprika, a rind of paprika, like typical Spanish cheese. And yes, all that we made since now, we made it by bootstrapping, nearly. And we are now on the way to, our actual rancher cheese is made out of almonds and cashew.
Okay.
we managed to reduce that last semester by 75% the use of cashews because we want to be even more sustainable and affordable. So we replace it by almonds that are locally produced here in Catalonia. But in a few months from now, in 2023, we are going to launch a whole new range of nut-free cheese because that's really what we want to do once we cheese from other materials.
And you are also trying to expand in other countries,
yes.
Or just, I mean, what are your goals, your future plans?
Yeah, for now we are consolidating the Spanish market.
Okay.
And then starting from 2023, maybe 2024, we are going to go international.
Okay. And how is for you like to have this kind of experience in a startup? On also the impact on your personal life, and why did you also choose to move to Spain?
Actually, we were living in Argentina. We used to have a production company there, and we were making documentaries. And one of the documentaries we were making were about food system.
Okay.
And we realized by studying that that food system is really fucked up. So we wanted to do something else. And when we chose to move here to Spain in 2015, we said, okay, we are going. What are we going to do? We are going to start again with a production company and maybe working for companies that are not going really well with our life philosophy. Or maybe starting to put on something new and trying to change the food system ourselves. That's what we really wanted to do. So we start to opening a restaurant, a vegan restaurant in 2015, and we had it since last November. We closed it last November because we wanted to focus 100% on the cheese business. But for the restaurant, I was already making cheese. And that allowed me to have the direct feedback from all the consumers, and I was really listening to them and say, what are you thinking, stuff like that. But we really start in March 2021. That's when we really start with the cheese business at a commercial level, now outside of restaurant.
Okay, so also the importance of having like a kind of direct-to-consumer touch point helped you to get insight, feedbacks. On the product, And on your daily basis, what do you do now? For example, in a normal day, what is your role inside the startup?
Inside the startup, I'm the CTO. Actually, we are still a tiny structure. We are about 8 people working for Väcka right now, and most of them are in the production line because it's time-consuming. But I'm in charge most of the product. Of the product innovation, quality, and all that kind of stuff. And also I'm taking care of the human resources of the company, but that's because we are tiny structure.
Of course, like there's always some dynamism, let's say, flexibility.
Sure.
Okay. And what about the sustainable, let's say, focus that you have? How is to have this kind of sustainable focus and goals in Spain? Do you also get some incentives for this kind of entrepreneurial?
No, actually,
incentive
from the Spanish government we don't have any. Sometimes it appears some call to action or government grants related to sustainability, but there are still few of them. So we are taking care of that ourselves. All our line of cheese are 100% organic. We are trying to avoid plastic in our packaging, and actually making plant-based cheese is much more sustainable than the dairy industry. So that would be the first step.
And in general, let's say, given that you also saw it with the restaurant, what is the first feedback that clients might have trying your product? What is the, let's say, first impression?
Actually, they are quite impressed most of the time. and we are in a medium retail store called Casa Metlier here in Catalonia. Okay. And during all the summer we went there to several stores to make some blind tests with our cheese, and calling the customer and say, you want to try cheese, without saying them that it's plant-based, you know.
Okay.
They tried the brie one with the white ring. That's like visually it's really kind like an animal cheese, and they're trying it, and like
they don't notice.
We realized that 85% of the people were saying that didn't notice that it was plant-based, and the other 15% they were knowing us already, maybe, or noticing that I don't know. Nobody told me like it's almond-based. Some of them saying it's weird. I don't know. I can identify, but 85% were saying like yes, it's like it's a goat cheese. No. So
cool. And in your opinion, like in terms of plant-based food and in general the food industry, what could be other opportunities? Because we are talking now about cheese, but in general, very broad industry. From your point of view, which are the new challenges and opportunities?
New challenge. I think new challenges is change the whole food system, because most of the time people are saying to me, okay, I really like your products, but why are you calling them cheese? And I said, because I need people, we are in a transition moment, so I need people to be able to identify the product, to have a reference. Otherwise they won't. I can
How
call
would
them,
you call it?
I can call them Pedro. I don't know. Not nobody will buy me Pedro, you know. But hopefully in the future it will that will happen. But it's the same for people making hamburgers, plant-based hamburgers or plant-based stuff. The questioning is always, but why are you trying to reproduce like meat taste, meat texture, or cheese taste, cheese texture? Because we're in a transition moment, and we are trying, and for now it's the most efficient way to change the food system. It's plant-based. There are many studies, many companies that are doing biotechnology, cell-based, but it's a really long process. It won't happen in the next 2-3 years. So in the meantime, we have to do something.
And you also need to educate, I think.
And you need to educate the consumer. Yeah, sure. And that's why it's so important to make tasty stuff, because studies shows that a consumer that is not satisfied with the product will last around 12 and 18 months to repeat the purchase in the same category.
Okay.
So it's really important for all the brands. I'm speaking for all the plant-based brands, all the people, all the startups that are doing that really, they have to really take care of the taste, of the quality of the product, before anything else. That's why all our products are really taste focused. At first, like a chef work, you know. I was trained also as a chef in Argentina, so that was kind of my work. Just now, in the new line of products we are launching, I'm taking care of other aspects, but the most important is the taste.
Okay. And in terms of distribution, did you find some barriers at the entrance, like to enter, I don't know, like the restaurants, to enter, I don't know, some touch points with the consumers? Did you find any particular barrier?
There is some places are harder to enter, and as you said, you have to educate the consumer a bit more. But most of the time, speaking with the restaurant, we are working with many pizzerias, and they are really liking our product. They found it like a really good replacing option for the animal-based cheese. To be able to offer a vegan option, the demand is growing, so the acceptance was really good. But I think maybe the hardest entry point will be the big retail now. Okay. Because big retail people are not going to big retail to buy maybe some gourmet products. They are buying like stuff, okay, what we're going to eat this week, and they are making purchase for all the week. So that will be the hardest point to enter.
But it's a goal that you have to enter in the big distribution market.
Yeah, because we, as I said before, we want to be more affordable and more available in the market. So we are trying to now, for 2023, our goal is to enter the big retail. We just won a Carrefour contest in past June, so they are helping us to enter in the Carrefour shelves. But yes, we are going to change the format of the cheese, because in order to make them like not less gourmet, they are still going to be very good, but adapt the most board format.
Also in terms of packaging, I guess.
Yeah, in terms of packaging, in terms of format, like sliced cheese or shred cheese. That's what is working in the big retail.
Okay, cool. And so last two questions. The first one is, given that I guess that it's also challenging to be an entrepreneur or to be a co-founder inside a startup, what is the best, I mean not bad, but most important, let's say suggestion, recommendation that you received in your professional life since today?
That's a good question. I had many recommendations. Actually, I wasn't an entrepreneur at all at first, not in the food industry, or like an entrepreneur of the more in the movie industry. But the best recommendation maybe was, I don't know, then never give up. If you know, even if it's hard, if you think you are making the things right, you have a mission-driven company, that's really important. You have to fulfill the mission, you have to keep on going that way.
And last question, what drives you when you wake up in the morning? What is that really pushes you to go to work in Väcka and makes the difference waking up from your bed?
Maybe just quite the same I said before. Like I know I have a mission to comply, and I know I'm taking care and I'm doing things right, you know. And I know that by doing what I'm doing, I will hopefully manage to change some minds and people vision, and hopefully save some parts of the planet. I don't know. Some lives, some human and animal lives. That's really important for me.
Okay, thank you very much again for having me here, and for your answers. Thanks a lot.
You're welcome.